Okay. Now, if you choose to come to class, however, there's a set of policies there. You're not supposed to use your cell phone, and you're not supposed to be talking when I'm talking or someone else is asking a question there. So I do expect a civil behavior in classroom there, and so please be respectful to your fellow students and to your instructor and to yourself, most importantly. And so make sure you go through these those policies there. Now, using the cell phone there, as long as you're not talking, I sometimes try to turn around and pretend that I did not see it when you try to text during the lecture there, as long as your phone did not make that sound when you touch the screen there. Okay? And sometimes, and these days, and I just understand, people are preoccupied with the cell phone, and I'm no better than the average person there, and this thing basically controls your life. And if that's the way it is, well, you either work something out or you are addicted to it, and I understand that. And last semester, I actually had 8 students sitting right in the front, and she was taking notes every once in a while, but whenever she feels that something may not be as important as she thought, she would just flip out her cell phone, texting, and then put it away. I just pretend I did not see that. I'm okay with it. And I understand sometimes this is an addiction. So I myself sometimes is addicted to those activities there. And unfortunately, I cannot use my cell phone during a lecture there. So I ask you not to use the cell phone. However, and if you cannot control yourself and you have to text, I understand, as long as you don't make any noises. Okay, as long as you don't share pictures with one another in the classroom, I'm okay. Okay, and then makeup test and final exam. Now we do have a test center on campus here. Now if you miss an exam, in-class exam or final exam there, you need to make sure that you inform me as soon as possible. If you know that you will be missing the exam in advance, you send me a message. I will make arrangement. I will send a makeup test to the test center. Although the policy did say that makeup tests are going to be in different format, more difficult, most of the time, no, I'm just going to rearrange the questions on the test there that I give in the in class there. I don't want to penalize you for some kind of emergency situations there. So you do have the choice of making up a test, and I don't want you to do that on a regular basis though. And once maybe, okay, twice I can still work with you, and we only have 3 exams. If you're going to miss all 3 exams there, there's going to be a problem there. Okay. Final exam is set on June 29th. So you have to take the final exam in here. Now, if you cannot be here on the 29th, and you have to take it, you need to take it before June 29th. Okay, so the June 29th is the last day of class, and we cannot schedule your final exam beyond that date. And I actually need your grade. I need to submit your grade by the end of 29th, or I think the 30th, and 2 business days, and that's when I have to submit your final grade to the registration office there. Okay, so make sure you go through the policies in the syllabus there regarding the makeup test and regarding the final exams there. Now, if you do need accommodation while taking exam for this class there, I need to see a document from the student service office there, and for whatever reasons you need to have extra time for the exam or a quiet room for the exam there. We can do that in the test center, but I need the document, a copy of the document from the student service office. I probably need that before the end of this Thursday, because your first quiz is coming up, and quizzes are actually, we'll talk about the quiz in just a little bit. Quizzes are actually, you don't have to do the quiz in class there. It's an open book quiz. It's on Canvas already, so you can do it at home. But for the exams there, and the first exam is coming up, I think it's on June 4th. Okay, so that's a Thursday there. And if you need to take the exam outside of the classroom there, I need to see a document so that I can send a copy of the exam to the test center there. Okay, and last but not least, academic honesty policy. And we do have a printed policy, which is included in your syllabus. The last 2 pages of the syllabus outlines the academic policy. I printed in red on this PowerPoint slide, meaning this is the red line that you do not want to cross. Okay? And normally I am fairly accommodating and flexible. This is something that I have no room for flexibility. Okay? If you cross this red line, I will do whatever is outlined in the syllabus to penalize that kind of activity there. And this is something that I do not want to deal with, unfortunately, as part of my job. This is something that I have to deal with. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fair to everyone else in the class there. So make sure you understand what constitutes a violation of academic policy there. Make sure you read through the policies outlined in the syllabus there, especially for the lab part. Now, sometimes you may be working with a lab partner. You may end up with identical data, but when you turn in your lab report, it should be your own individual work. You can't just print out 2 copies, identical copies, and put different names on it. Okay, so that's something that we do want to emphasize there, because sometimes things, oh, we work together and we have the same thing there. Well, yes, that's true, but when you do your lab work and when you do your lab report there, each individual, you need to do it on your own. And you can have a discussion about how to do certain things, how to write certain things. I'm okay with that. As long as when you turn in your lab work, though, it should not be identical copies for two different students there. Okay, so that's something that you do want to pay attention to. And all of these things are outlined in the syllabus, and it's something that you do want to pay attention to. Now, in a way, this syllabus is a contract between you and me. And we put them up front at the beginning, and I expect you to understand everything, every details in that contract there. And in the end, I actually ask you to sign and date one of the pages, the last page of your syllabus there, and date and sign it and give it to me. So you are signing a contract today, or by Thursday, I need that paper there. So you need to make sure that you understand everything in there. And do not rush to give me that last page. Make sure you go through the document carefully, and make sure you understand everything in there. And once you understand everything, by Thursday, I need you to print your name, sign your name, and give that last page of the syllabus to me. Each person, I need a signed document from you, from each one of you. Okay, so make sure you take the time and go through that. And the course of expectation, this is what I tell my regular semester Chem 101 students there. Now, for every hour of lecture contact hours, for every lecture contact hours, you should plan on spending 3 hours working on the material covered during that hour. So that means if we're having a 2-hour lecture, Monday through Thursday, you need 6 hours. 6 plus 2, 8 hours. That's your whole day. Okay, so that's the intensity of this course there. Now, some of you may not require as much time. Some of you may require more than that time. But at least you should spend, you should expect to spend about 3 hours for each lecture hour, contact hour during the lecture there, and do homework and finish the reading assignment, that kind of thing, and take the quizzes. So you need to make sure that you get your schedule. When you get your schedule for this class there, you need to make sure that you really don't have time for anything else this summer, at least